Hello, hello, Sagittarius. It's your birthday month. It's your time to shine. Um, the month of Sagittarius, the season, the holly jolly season. I felt like there's a lot of kind of dead energy hanging around. A lot of you Sagittarius. I feel like there's things, projects, things you want to take on. Oh, this is my little, well, it's actually for my fiance's mom saw this because they were looking through a bend of stuff because they do flea market stuff, and it's really cool. I'll show you. It has a pentagram on it, so I thought that was sweet that she thought of him, well, thought of us. Um, Anyways, there's a lot of dead energy going on with a lot of you Sagittarius. I know one Sagittarius friend of mine, she actually lost her grandmother. Um, this time of this year, I feel like a lot of Sagittarius, it is their season, but some of them have a hard time dealing with the loss of a loved one. So if you lost someone, I'm really sorry. Um, it's really hard during the season, I feel like, for a lot of Sagittarius, even though it is their birth month. Um, you may have lost someone, so condolences to you and your family. So anyways, let's get into your monthly reading. I really feel like there is a lot of good things going on here. When I was tuning into your energy, Sagittarius, I felt like there's a lot of dead flies going on. Like there's like little flies that keep showing up here and there. I don't know if it's past people, past situations you really haven't dealt with. I mean, a lot of you have gone through, I feel like Sagittarius and Cancers have gone through a lot trying to um, clear up the damage that has been done, clear up any karmic loose ties, but I still feel like there's a lot of things hanging on to you. Whether it's past people, past situations, a lot of things maybe, and I've been seeing a lot for Sagittarius come up in some readings too, with other different readers, not me personally, but like where Sagittarius, they don't want to step out on a particular area, especially when it comes to love, I feel like, because they don't want to deal with the things of the past. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's you guys are just trying to be cautious when it comes to who you open up to. Because Taurus has been going through this too. But, um, anyways, I'm going to get the cards out ready for you guys for the month. But I just feel like there's a lot of strong energies going on with you, Sagittarius. A lot of different energies going on. But I've been seeing a lot of significant signs of someone in my past. And I feel like, I don't know if it's them necessarily going through this. I'm not trying to make this a personal reading. I just feel like it's a need to say it. I do feel like, I don't know, they're kind of in between two worlds when it comes to letting the past people die. Kind of like dead flies that hang around. The carcass has been torn away, chipped to the bone. Maybe you've been chipped to the bone about your finances. I don't know. But there's a lot of things going on when it comes to these past connections. Especially another Sagittarius I'm thinking of at the moment is a female Sagittarius. I feel like, she's moved on. I don't know if it's just the energy of Sagittarius. For months, I've been feeling it. Where I'm starting to see people in reality. And I don't know if it's necessarily me personally going through that or the Sagittarius going through that. I do know there is still things that I'm still personally trying to resolve when it comes to certain Sagittarius. But anyways, that's a personal thing. But let's get into your reading. Try not to make it more about like what I'm going through with different people. But I feel like a few of you that I've met just recently at a job situation, seems like a few of you Sagittarius um, you're really trying to manage how to work plus have maybe things on the side. Whether you have kids, family, coworkers, association with people in general. You want to get out more, but you have a lot of responsibilities when it comes to maybe family ties, maybe family connections. Um, so that's what I'm tuning in. Alright, so a lot of weights that need to be off your shoulders, maybe that you've been personally carrying that you're not really talking with people about. Um, Alright, you're coming into the month of the month of December in the Nine of Wands in reverse. So it could be blocks, it could be financial blocks, it could be relationship blocks. And you also have the Five of Pentacles. I feel like someone was put out in the cold. Whether you put out someone out in the cold or you feel out in the cold on something. But I feel like you are very closed off this month when it comes to maybe this entrapment of feeling abandoned. Maybe this entrapment of feeling like, someone didn't give you as much as you received, or someone did not give you everything there is that you needed at the time, so you moved on. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Swords. So I feel like it was an endless war, an endless battle with something when it comes to maybe you're speaking your truth on something, maybe things that you've put in more than one basket, per se, and it became toxic. Like, it's so weird. There's like two. They're like fruit fries, I think. One's over here. So yeah, it became very toxic. It became an obsession on something, I feel like, when it comes to maybe getting what you need in a situation, when it comes to a love dynamic, when it comes to, speaking your truth. I feel like this is past energy. A lot of this is past energy. So maybe you took the blindfolds off because we have the Five of Swords. So I feel like you're taking the blinds off or blindfolds off on something that maybe entrapped you in your mind. Maybe you didn't have the clarity to move on from something. Maybe it's your own entrapment of these fears coming up, these abandonment issues, or feeling blocked, or feeling the need to, retreat from a situation in the month of December. So I feel like there's a lot of toxicity around you, possibly. Maybe it's in the mind. Maybe it's something that you're personally having to go through where you're getting the clarity to move on from it. Oh, don't mind my nails. I'm like that. I broke a nail a few times. But yeah, I feel like your value system is being tested in some way when it comes to new opportunities, when it comes to new unexpected love, or when it comes to moving forward. But I feel like if you're going to move forward in the month of December, be very careful, be mindful. Like, if it is a new love situation or documents, I was thinking something has to do with money and resources, be very mindful of the direction that you want to take. Maybe there's not an option to make. I'm going to shuffle the cards real quick and see if there's anything new coming in for you, or just maybe something has to do with love. Let's see. Alright, so these are the other messages that came out. The Magician, Page of Cups, Nine of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Lovers in reverse. So a lot of these are past energies I'm Alright, so Sagittarius, I feel like you're trying to manifest something. Seems like a few months ago you had this. I think it's about not manifesting the same things that you went through in a past situation, not getting entrapped into your emotions of things, especially when it comes to, not getting more than what you need, putting too much in one basket. Analogy. I feel like there's new love coming in for you when it comes to a twin flame dynamic. I'm not huge on that because I feel like everyone's soulmates, everyone's someone that you can learn from, or this could be a past person you're dealing with. But I feel like in the past, a lot of you've been contemplating about not wanting to maybe step out in faith or step out in something new, because there's a lot of things that need to get resolved from the past. There's a lot of things within the past that maybe there's questions that haven't been answered and you're still trying to figure it out. But I feel like a lot of you are wandering out on your own. Could possibly be, maybe with another person, maybe with another job, maybe it's finding, balance within the limitations of your success. Because I feel like a lot of Sagittarius have been going through these awkward moments, especially with people, maybe work situations, where you want to connect, I feel like, with people. You want to connect maybe on a different level than whoever you're dealing with. But I think a lot of you are like backing up from opening up to certain people's. And, it could be that you're trying to chase something or someone's trying to chase you on something. But it's just dead flies. That's what's really coming up to me. It's dead ideas. It's dead, maybe socially awkward at times. But I feel like it's old news that you're trying not to manifest. But I feel like it's going to get you lost in this loop for the month of December, where you may have to analyze things within the past. You may have to talk to a past person at the beginning. But I don't think it's necessarily coming out. I just feel like there's a lot of these dead flies showing up. I feel strongly too that you have your eyes on people, maybe a particular person. Like from afar, you're watching what they're doing, what they're saying, what their inputs are. You're not really making moves, but I feel like your inability to make moves do make moves. And I feel like you get in these cycles where you try to get close to someone, but then you don't want them chasing you in some way, or you don't want them to maybe overanalyze the situation. Maybe it's the past you need to speak about with this person that, maybe it is a Cancer that you're dealing with. Like you may want to, you're indecisive about it. You're in between two worlds. It's just really weird in this reading because there's like two little flies. I don't know if you can see them. And I feel like maybe it's spirit giving you messages. I don't know. It's really weird. Maybe you need to connect more with spirit about figuring out the paths. About figuring out what doesn't make sense. Also to Sagittarius, you could be dealing with a Gemini. This could be a past person that was a Gemini. That was maybe like you wanted to start scratch with them. Maybe this message is coming up. You wanted to start from scratch. Like something got fucked up with them. But it's not an allowance to grow. It's not something to really grow on. Like maybe they fucked you over. I don't know. Because recently I came across something concerning a Gemini. And there was two things I came across One, it was just a personal issue I was dealing with. And I feel like in some way, I feel like either you or another person, Sagittarius, especially Gemini, um, there could be that connection with them, but it's disconnect. You know what I mean? There could have been something in the past that you had with this Gemini that maybe it was for show. Maybe it was not really meant to be, and maybe you're questioning that. I do feel like if you are dealing with a Gemini, it's not going to go anywhere. And I feel like you already resolved that issue. You moved on from that issue. I do feel like for some of you, if you've dealt with a female who is a Gemini, they're disinterested now. They're now that you're probably interested in someone, they could be a little bit psycho. I don't know. I just personally feel like when there was a situation that I came across, it kind of shocked me because I'm like, is this person doing the same thing they did in the past, where they get with someone just for the heck of it? Or maybe there was some sort of connection with them. But that's the thing. I don't know the whole story of what happened. I personally feel like something happened, maybe with the Gemini female, if you're Sagittarius male, if that applies to your situation, that, I don't know, I feel like something wasn't right with them in their head. Like, they're kind of like psychotic. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like be mean or anything. I'm just like, because when I came across this situation months ago and I found out something about a Sagittarius, I felt like it kind of blew me away because I'm thinking, why is this something? And I didn't really feel like it was going to go anywhere. And maybe Sagittarius, you got in this situation, maybe with a Gemini or someone, where you wanted it to go somewhere at first, but then maybe this person, got you in your head, got you in confusion. Because I do know when it comes to Gemini, sometimes they can be hard to read. But usually Gemini, what I've heard about Gemini women can be psychos. So I don't know if you've dealt with a Gemini woman or vice versa. If you're a female Sagittarius dealing with a Gemini, I don't know. I do feel like Geminis and Sagittarius could work. It's just sometimes, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. That's something I'm still trying to understand myself. But I feel like for Sagittarius, they need someone, maybe someone who doesn't settle for less. They need someone who is more at their level. I don't know. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it for Sagittarius reading. I hope you guys are doing well. I didn't mean to make it a personal reading again. It's just, I feel like nowadays, it's like recently I went to McDonald's and I seen someone from someone's past life. Like someone walked through the door, they looked like someone, but it was someone that I wasn't dealing with personally. It's just someone else was dealing with, who they dealt with in the past, over the past ex and stuff. I don't know. It's just really weird to me because I feel like here lately I've been seeing a lot of weird signs of people who are Sagittarius, and I don't know what the heck's going on with Sagittarius, but I really feel like there are still some things that maybe you're holding to yourself about this past person, maybe a past situation that you really haven't let go. You know, you really need to resolve it within yourself. I just feel like a lot of Sagittarius, you know, it could be more than one person they're attracted to. It could be more than one person they want to get in a relationship, like a polygamy relationship or something. I don't know. But I feel like there's a lot of dead flags. That's probably what I'm going to name the title of your reading for the month of December. Dead flags. Because I feel like the dead flies that came up in your reading, I don't know where they came from. Because it's like outside in the door of to come through. Um, it could be someone trying to sneak their way through someone's life. Or you trying to sneak into someone's life. But anyway, Sagittarius, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of dead flies going on. There's a lot of things that still need to get maybe answered. But I feel like you know the issues at hand. You know what works and what doesn't work for your life. But I also feel like when it comes to soulmates, when it comes to connections, um, you know, you could be attracted to multiple people, like I said. Um, but I feel like there's something within you that needs to be resolved in order for new love. Because some of you do have a new person in your life. And I feel like, you know, once you're done with this old person, you know, new can come into your life. You know, maybe you're divorced. Because I know one Sagittarius, she hasn't quite got a divorce yet, and she's with a new person. You know, I'm not here to judge anybody, but I just feel like if you're still hanging on to a past person, how can you move forward? Because I felt like I couldn't really move forward in life until I actually changed my name. I mean, it's one thing to get a divorce, but to literally change your name, then you can actually move on. Because, like, energetically, I feel like if you keep someone's last name or you keep a part of them, I mean, it's easy to think about people. There's nothing wrong to think about people, but I feel like if you're if there's a part of you that's still hanging on to that person, whether it is a name change, that you need to go ahead and change your name to your maiden name or something, you're not energetically moved on from that person. That's something I'm personally learning, that I felt like in order to move on from my ex, I literally had to change my name. I literally had to go through the process of completely wiping it out, you know? Because I felt like the more I put myself in that situation where I had a part of his name still, you know, I wasn't moving on. It kept me from moving on. So I feel like there could be divorce involved. There could be name change involved. There could be just something energetically you're going through, Sagittarius, that you need to resolve within yourself. And I feel like it could be a Gemini that keeps popping up in your energetic field or your thoughts. I don't know why I was going to say prayers. Could be also a Pisces too. That is in your energetic field that you really maybe need to go to therapy or you need to consult a friend about. But I feel like energetically there needs to be something cut, like a cut cord, name change, or something. Maybe you were name called about something. There is a judgment call on something. Anyways, I'm not trying to make this long a video. Anyways, I felt led to say that. Anyways, I wish you guys the best. Bye-bye.